Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing good. Oh, thanks for joining me.
Yeah,
Wanted
thanks.
to,
Thanks for having me.
oh yeah, wanted to follow up and see how you're doing.
Pretty
Can,
good. Felt pretty peaceful after the session. Um, it seems like any type of grief, it seemed like it disappeared, the grief relating to my parents. So, and it seemed like some of my fears disappeared that were probably related to it.
absolutely fantastic. That's really great. So, if you could kind of quantify it, like at the level of now that it's gone, you probably can tell by the contrast, but the level of discomfort that that grief was still causing you, even though it's from a long time ago. Yeah, on a scale of 0 to 10, like how bad was it, and then how is it now?
Well, I think it was more residual grief. So it was probably running under the surface. So it's probably hard to say what number that was. But as far as peace now, I'd say 10. So,
Yeah.
um, yes, I think it's much better. And well, I help people with grief support work. So I really, truly believe I feel like I'm healed. So
Oh,
of that grief.
that's terrific. So on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the worst and zero
Oh,
being no pain, to be more like zero, then, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I went the wrong
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
didn't I? Yeah.
sure. Oh, that's great. So you do some grief support work for people.
Right. Uh-huh.
Well, that's wonderful. You should learn how to do it this way, huh?
Right. Exactly. I think it would save a lot of misery and
Yeah, there's a lot
for
of
sure.
misery and a lot of suffering over the long term. There's
Right.
kind of a dogma. Yeah, there's kind of a dogma that it takes, long time to grieve, right? And you have to go through all these
Right.
different stages, 5 or 7 stages, depending on whose book you read. And it turns out with the breakthrough of IGO, it's like breaks that dogma. It's like it doesn't take long. So
Right.
instead
Right.
of years, it can be done in an hour.
Well, yeah, I read how you described the death of your daughter, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that was like utterly amazing. I mean, it was even more tragic because she committed suicide,
Oh, sure. Right.
and
Definitely.
so there was the additional sort of like shock of that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was really quite incredible. I mean, I was amazed that I got over the pain of the whole thing, and all I could feel was the love for her. And I've checked in on it numerous times since I did that, which is like 5 years ago now.
Oh, uh-huh.
Never, never, never had any pain of the grief at all. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. Well, we'll have to figure out make arrangements for you to learn how to do this for people.
Yeah, I saw you have your class coming up in July, right?
Yeah, coming up in a few days.
Okay, yeah. What time do you think that is? And if you convert it to Central Time?
Central Time, the classes will start at 7 p.m.
Oh, so that's quite convenient.
Yeah, I designed it for the US market because
Oh, okay,
all
okay,
the
awesome.
US and Canada, because yeah, pretty much all the people, well, the majority of people that I'm giving these demo sessions to are in the US, although I have them all over the world, about Australia, Slovenia, it's just
Oh,
like
sure.
all over the place. Hawaii, all over the place. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend that as a really excellent starting place because
Sure,
the
okay.
freedom from, you read it, the freedom from illusions training prepares you for doing the freedom practice. And it's the freedom practice where you really get to clean up your inner emotional landscape rapidly.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
This allows you to get really good at doing the techniques, really good at doing the muscle testing, which is an
Okay.
essential part of being able
Mm-hmm.
to do this. And then after you do those things and are in the freedom practice for a while, then we can get you the rest of the basic training, and I can now include you in. We do have a special training for how to give the support for grief, and so I can include you in that.
Oh, you do?
That'd be great.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome. Well, I learned
Okay.
the peace process through Christian, who I'm sure was he probably one of your students, I assume.
Yeah, yeah, he learned it from me and just changed the name.
Right, yeah. Well, that's yeah, and he accredits you. He says, he
Okay,
learned it from you and
that's
that
good.
man who wrote the Letting Go book as well. So,
Uh,
yeah, and he teaches muscle testing, but I'm sure I'm not doing it correctly because I don't really trust my muscle testing. I mean, not as a reflection of his teaching, just I don't think I learned it
well,
correctly.
actually, it is a reflection of his teaching because he's not teaching it thoroughly enough.
Oh,
And the
okay, okay.
reason we have the 5 webinar sessions in the upcoming class is because when we teach the muscle testing, we're going to do everything needed to remove those barriers of not being able to trust it. Okay?
Oh, right,
Because
yeah, because that's what I definitely have. Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
exactly. This is basically
Yeah.
due to not trusting yourself enough.
Oh, okay, okay,
And so
sure.
I know exactly how to remove the barriers for that. And then it
Okay.
just becomes reliable and easy.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so how should I sign up for the class? Like through a
Um,
link or
yeah, there's in the catalog on the website. There's a. Let me just give you the let me
okay.
just give you the
Because I know
URL.
you get sent the email, so I thought, oh, the link was probably in there or something.
Yeah, it was, but well, I'll get it for you 1 sec.
And then tell me what day does it start again? You said it's coming up
On the
soon.
10th, coming up on the 10th.
10th?
It's,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, early next week. Okay, one moment here. I just moved 2 days ago to a new place. So I'm
Oh,
getting used to
okay.
the.
Okay. Yeah, we just moved a couple months ago, so
Okay. Talk about stress. Moving is a stress.
I would agree. It's
Great
less
to have the
work.
freedom practice because you just resolve it immediately.
Yeah, I probably could have used that. It was a little too stressful, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, how do you overcome people's skepticism that it works so well? Because
Well,
I can see with grief people, they just, some of them like to hold on to the grief because they think they're holding on to their person. So, yeah,
right.
how do you, just through the results, is that how do you overcome the
Well, it's one of the
skepticism?
reasons why I'm doing all these demo sessions because,
Oh, okay.
if we've got half a dozen or 10 grief sessions and every person is just getting this like major breakthrough in
Oh,
an
uh-huh.
hour and a half, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like that starts to become pretty irrefutable,
Oh,
if
sure,
people
sure,
are going to watch the transformation take place. Like even with you, it wasn't something that was like super obvious to you, but with
sure.
it gone, you really feel the contrast. It's like you feel freed up inside. You didn't realize that was actually being burdensome to you. So,
Mm-hmm.
you're, I was glad we could do your kind of situation because I didn't have a recording of anybody in that particular situation. It's kind of a little bit, more like older grief that you're sort of, pretty well kind of gotten adapted to just having it be there and then sort of not even realizing it's there.
Right, right.
But did you see the demo of the lady Joan Shrem?
No, I didn't.
Oh, both her video and the follow-up are now on the site. I was
Okay.
getting you this. Oh, where is this? I'll tell you what. I'll send you an email with the
Oh,
appropriate
sure.
links.
Yeah, I'm sure I can find the email again too. So,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. If you just check the email, the link will be in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So
I'll do that.
you can go ahead and I updated all that stuff shortly after I sent out that email, but the links are still appropriate.
Okay,
It goes
okay.
to the page. it goes to a page about the Freedom from Illusions workshop, and so you can read about that. And then
Okay.
at the bottom there's an icon, and it clicks for the actual training. And there's a page with all there are like 4 different options. You can sign up for the training and then different numbers of months
Oh,
of
okay. I didn't understand that.
participation.
I thought the training
Discounts.
was like a 5-day thing.
Yeah, there is a 5-day training, but the whole point of it is to prepare you for joining the freedom practice.
Got it. Okay.
And the freedom practice is, I'm doing this. I created the freedom practice for a group of about 35 people here in China who I'm training to give presentations of my work. They're going to be presenters.
Okay, okay.
And I wanted them to be people who, when they present, it doesn't even really matter what they say, but who they're being is so impressive because their inner emotional landscape is so cleaned up, just like the difference you're feeling, right?
Oh,
But
right.
magnify that by 100 times, And
Sure.
these people are so clean that when people hear them say, I don't know what that person's got, but I want some of
Oh, yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, because you can pick that up right away on people. That's awesome. Why did you
Yeah.
decide China? What's the attraction to China?
Well, I have different advisors, and one of them who I really trust a lot. I was asking him about 4 or 5 years ago. I said, I could be. I was in Europe at the time, and doing this. It was kind of going okay, but not that great. And I asked him. I said, where in the world should I be doing my work? What would be the best place? And he has special resources for figuring that kind of stuff out. And he said, China. I said, oh, really? I said, what about the US? He said, China. I said,
Oh,
okay. So I started coming to China, and then
is the
things
culture
started to
is the
pick up
culture
so much
different?
here
Is
that
the
I
culture
really
Oh,
that I really um, uh, I've pretty much been here most of the past 3.5 years. Been
oh,
only back in the States for a few months at the most. So
interesting.
yeah, the culture is different, definitely different, but it's pretty modern and progressive now. I was amazed when I first came over how progressive China has become. Okay, great. I'll just drop you an email with the appropriate links, and then if you want to get signed up for that, you can choose different options. Just
Okay, sure. That sounds
start
good.
with a little minimal part. Longer
Okay.
longer part has a little bit better distance. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
okay,
send you
sure.
that. That'll be great. I'd be delighted to
Yeah,
have you on my team. And helping people with grief. That would be great.
yeah, and I'm doing it just for selfish reasons too, because I'm like, oh, I'd like to be like the people you described that are so clean.
It's really amazing. I mean, my work has always been good. It's always been faster and better and deeper and more permanent. This new program accelerates that whole thing by about 10 times. I mean, people in this training I've been giving, they're exhibiting the kinds of experiences that I didn't used to see for like a year or two in people, and just within a
Oh,
month or two.
oh,
So
that's
that's
awesome.
really incredible.
Very cool. Okay, awesome. Well,
Fantastic.
thanks for your time then, and
Great.
then
Okay. Thanks so
I'll
much.
see you
I'll
in
get you the
class.
email and we'll see
Okay.
you in the class. Fantastic.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.